Okay, so for this deep dive, you sent in some really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to be diving into the world of learning English.
Oh, okay.
And it seems like we're going to be focusing on a video script that uses quotes to get learners motivated.
Interesting.
Yeah. And this script starts off with a classic, a quote by Thomas Edison.
Right.
Success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Right.
It's all about the effort putting in the work.
Yeah.
But I got to say, when I first saw this quote, I was like, okay, heard that one before.
Yeah.
But then it got me thinking, like, why does this quote still resonate?
Right.
Why is it everywhere?
Well, I think it's because it really boils down a complex truth into this memorable phrase that's almost catchy.
Yeah.
It acknowledges that initial spark, like the inspiration is important.
Yeah.
But it really emphasizes that to achieve something, you need consistent, dedicated effort.
Yeah.
And that message, I think, applies to anything you're trying to achieve, whether it's English or any other challenging goal.
So how does this script use the quote?
Right.
Is it just like, hey, work hard, or is there more to it?
It's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
It weaves the quote into kind of a broader lesson.
Okay.
It starts by breaking down the key vocabulary like success, inspiration, perspiration, and even effort itself.
Oh, wow.
It's like they're setting the stage,
Yeah.
making sure that everyone understands the core concept before moving on.
Right. It's like building blocks.
Exactly.
Gotta have that solid foundation before you can build something amazing.
Yeah.
And what I find really interesting is that it's not just defining these words, but it's also encouraging viewers to think about what these words mean to them personally.
Right.
Like, what does success mean to you?
That's a really smart move.
Yeah.
Because success is subjective, right?
It is.
It's different for everybody.
Totally.
And by encouraging viewers to reflect on their own definition of success, the script is encouraging them to actively engage with the material from the very beginning.
Right.
So it's not just passively absorbing information.
Yeah.
It's about connecting it to your own personal goals.
Okay, so we've got the quote, we've got the vocabulary breakdown. Right. But how does the script link those ideas back to learning English?
Yeah.
Is it just saying, hey, go hit the books?
Well, not exactly.
Okay.
It uses this analogy.
Huh?
Comparing learning English to training for a marathon.
Okay.
It emphasizes that even though the goal might seem really daunting at first,
Yeah.
like running 26 miles,
It's a lot.
you can do it with consistent effort over time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes learning a language can feel so overwhelming.
Right.
Like there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
Will I ever get there?
It can feel like that.
But this analogy reminds you that it's a process. It's a journey.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be fluent overnight.
Right.
It's about taking those small steps every single day. Scap.
It's about shifting the focus from perfection to progress.
Oh.
And the script really highlights that the real perspiration in language learning comes from actually using the language, not just passively studying it.
Right.
So watching videos is great for inspiration,
Yeah.
but you have to get out there and speak and read and write.
Right.
Really immerse yourself.
So they're encouraging active learning.
Yeah.
But does the script itself put that into practice?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just talking the talk or is it walking the walk?
Well, I think it actually does a good job of walking the walk.
Okay.
It incorporates these interactive elements, like fill in the blanks and true or false questions
Yeah.
right into the video.
Cool.
So it's not just like a lecture. It's actually getting the viewer to engage and participate.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Turning studying into a game almost. It makes it so much more fun.
Yeah.
Effective, I think. Do you think that kind of interactive learning ties back into the idea of effort and perspiration?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, even if you get some of the answers wrong, it's forcing you to actually engage with the material. And that repeated effort strengthens those connections in your brain,
Right.
which helps the information to stick.
So it's not just physical effort like sweating it out at the gym.
Right.
It's more mental effort.
Exactly.
Challenging yourself to actually wrestle with the concepts.
Yeah. And that's where the idea of grit comes in.
Oh, grit.
Yeah.
I've heard that word a lot.
It's become very popular.
But I don't know if I fully understand it.
Okay.
What does it look like in practice
Okay.
when it comes to something like learning a language?
So imagine you're learning English
Mm-hmm.
and you hit a plateau.
Okay.
Maybe you're struggling with grammar or you can't understand native speakers.
Right.
Someone with low grit might just give up.
Yeah.
But someone with high grit would see these challenges as opportunities for growth. They would keep practicing. They might seek out new resources.
Yeah.
Maybe find a language partner to help them through it.
So it's that resilience.
Exactly.
The determination to keep going even when it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
And I think the script kind of subtly reinforces this idea of grit.
Okay.
It's not about like quick fixes or instant fluency. It's about embracing the process, understanding that there are going to be bumps along the way.
Right.
But that consistent effort is what leads to mastery.
And speaking of embracing the process, there's this fun challenge at the end of the script. I wanted to talk about that.
Okay.
It encourages viewers to write their own motivational sentences.
Oh, cool.
Using words from the Edison quote.
Okay.
Do you think that kind of thing is actually helpful?
Yeah, I think it's a clever way to reinforce the learning and help people to personalize these concepts by actually putting the words success, effort, inspiration into their own sentences. The viewers are taking ownership of the ideas.
Okay.
They're not just memorizing definitions.
Right.
They're connecting those words to their own experiences.
Yeah, it's like you watch the video,
Yeah.
you learn some vocabulary, you get inspired by the whole marathon analogy, and then you create this little motivational mantra to keep you going.
Exactly. There's like a mini action step
Cool.
that solidifies the learning and maybe sparks some extra motivation.
Yeah, I'm realizing that this script is doing a lot more than just teaching English.
Yeah.
It's almost like this mini masterclass in motivation and personal growth.
I love that.
It's disguised as a language lesson.
And I think it speaks to the power of incorporating those broader concepts into education.
Okay.
It's not just about, acquiring knowledge and skills.
Yeah.
It's about developing like a growth mindset,
Right.
cultivating resilience, empowering learners to really take ownership of their journey.
Okay, so we've delved into the script, we've explored the Edison quote,
Right.
even talked about this concept of grit.
Yeah.
Is there anything missing from this whole formula for success?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's important to acknowledge that success is rarely that simple.
Yeah.
While effort and inspiration are super crucial,
Yeah.
there are other factors at play,
Okay.
like talent, opportunity, and even a bit of luck.
Okay, so it's not all about how hard you work.
Right.
Sometimes having natural ability or being in the right place at the right time can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some people are naturally predisposed to excel in certain areas.
Yeah.
And we can't discount circumstances. A chance encounter or an unexpected opportunity can open doors that lead to incredible success.
Yeah.
But even with talent and opportunity,
Okay.
you still need that perspiration, that consistent effort to really make the most of it.
Right.
Talent without hard work often goes unrealized.
Yeah.
And opportunities can be missed if you're not prepared to seize them.
Yeah. So it's like those factors can give you a head start, but it's the effort that sustains you
Exactly.
that helps you get across the finish line.
And let's not forget about luck.
Right.
Sometimes things just fall into place
Yeah,
in unexpected ways.
for sure.
But even luck tends to favor the prepared.
That's true.
If you're not putting in the work, you might miss those lucky breaks entirely.
Yeah, it makes me think of that saying, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Exactly.
It's like the more effort you put in, the more opportunities you create for those serendipitous moments to occur.
Exactly. And I think that's an important nuance to the Edison quote.
Okay.
It's not about dismissing talent, opportunity, or luck.
Yeah.
But it's about understanding that those things work in conjunction with effort
Right.
to create a more complete picture of success.
So it's not just a rigid formula.
Yeah.
It's more like a dynamic interplay of all these different factors.
Absolutely.
It's recognizing that success is complex.
Yeah.
And there's no single path to get there.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wow.
And I think this complexity is what makes the pursuit of success so fascinating. It's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
And it's a journey that's unique to each individual.
We've gone from analyzing this quote about effort
Yeah.
to exploring the roles of talent and opportunity, even luck.
Right.
It's crazy how these deep dives can take us down these unexpected paths.
I know.
What started as a discussion about learning English has become this broader exploration of human achievement.
And that's what I love about these conversations.
Yeah.
We start with a specific focus.
Yeah.
But we inevitably end up connecting it to these larger themes, these
Really
universal
do.
truths.
I feel like we've uncovered so many interesting layers here.
Yeah.
But I also want to leave some space for you to think about this on your own.
Okay.
We've talked about Edison's perspective We've dissected this script.
Right.
But what about your own definition of success? What does that look and feel like for you?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
Because success can mean so many different things to so many different people.
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes we get so caught up, chasing those external markers of success, like the promotions, the awards, the social media validation.
Right.
And we don't really stop to ask ourselves what really matters.
Yeah, it's so easy to get swept up in those expectations.
Totally.
Or to compare ourselves to others.
Right.
But I think true fulfillment comes from aligning your actions with your values. Doing things that resonate with you deeply.
Right.
Maybe success for you is about creative expression.
Yeah.
Or making a positive impact on your community. Or just living a life that feels authentic.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about defining success on your own terms.
Exactly.
Not letting someone else tell you what it should be.
Right.
And this makes me think about the script again.
Okay.
It's focused on English language learners.
And for them, success might be as simple as being able to have a conversation in a new language.
Absolutely.
Or finally reading that book they've always wanted to read in its original form.
And what's so great about the script is that it plants that seed for that mindset shift.
Yeah.
It's not just about the grammar and vocabulary.
Right.
It's about empowering the learners to envision their own success.
Right.
And then giving them the tools to achieve it.
So they're learning English,
Yeah.
but they're also learning about themselves.
Right.
They're figuring out their potential.
Exactly.
Their resilience, their ability to overcome those challenges.
And those are lessons that they can apply to anything.
Yeah, for sure. Not just language learning.
Absolutely.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm kind of amazed by how much we've talked about.
I know it's a lot.
We started with the simple quote about effort, and we've explored all these different things. Grit, the role of talent and opportunity, even luck.
It's all connected.
It's been a journey.
It has.
And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that success is not a destination. It's a process.
Yeah, beautifully said.
It's all about growing, learning, evolving.
And it's unique to everyone.
Right.
There's no one right way to do it.
Yeah, there's no magic formula.
It's about finding what works for you, embracing the challenges, celebrating the small wins along the way.
And as we leave you with that thought, I have one last question for you.
Okay.
If you had to create your own motivational quote, what would it be?
Ooh.
What's the one thing you think is most essential for success?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Take some time to think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe write down some ideas, talk it over with a friend, or just let it simmer for a while.
I like that.
The most powerful motivations come from within.
They do.
Well, that's it for this deep dive.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us on this journey where we explored success, effort, and all the complexities of achievement.
It was fun.
Until next time.
Yes.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for the success that matters most to you.
Absolutely.